Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do just a real quick energy update because we've had huge, intense influxes of energy coming in. For those of you following the Schumann, I know you're seeing those huge blocks of whiteout gamma energy, which is really targeting the nervous system and the immune system. And so that could make you feel fluttery, like you are having palpitations, or that you're having some anxiety. And really, that just requires a lot of rest, right? Gamma really does a good job of working our neurological system and immune system. So it might make you feel wired, and where you cannot sleep. Okay, comes in. Um, we feel like the ever ready rabbit, right? Where we're just on the go. I know for me, I've definitely been feeling that energy more than any other energy coming through. So it's really important to remember that. Also, if you're having any nerve issues, like I know many right now are having issues in the side of the neck, like right in this area here. Um, that could be a neurological upgrade that you're going through. I know that the glands are being reworked. Our glandular system is being reworked as we're amplifying our light body right now. Okay. So if you're feeling that, just know that your neural pathways are being targeted. A lot of times when you're having the neck pain on the side, it could run up behind the ear. Sometimes it runs into the temple area. At times it might feel like a brain freeze, like if you've eaten something cold and then all of a sudden you get this like really burning pain in your temple. Sometimes it's in your eye, but that's a neurological pathway that is being restructured because that's what these energies do. When we're taking in light codes, it's the back of the neck in the occipital bone area. It has to do with the quarks in that area. When the quarks are out of balance, we get the pain in the back of the neck. And all that is really light codes rushing in from our electromagnetic field, all rushing in at one time, because maybe we weren't paying attention, weren't doing our work, and then suddenly we do our work, we're paying attention. All these codes that have been waiting for us to give attention to them rush into to our body, and then it throws us off, and we wake up feeling achy, like in our neck area here, our shoulder area. And there's nothing that's going to help. You can't roll it out. You can't stretch it out. You can't massage it out. You just have to rest and just let your body do its thing, right? Bed rest is like the best thing that we could do for ourselves. Um, so that's a little bit on the energy. We've been through this past week, very intense, heavy energy, really sad, feeling forlorn. I know a lot of people were feeling that. And we have to remember a lot of that is tied into the collective consciousness as the collective is coming online, those that are starting to wake up now, and they're exiting the 3D matrix of distortion, and they're seeing things with more clarity. As they start to come online, we're going to start to feel the dismay that they have in seeing the truth, right? So we have to keep that in the back of our mind. This is very important moving forward, especially for those of you that are awake and those of you that are still tuned into empathing. We don't want to empath anymore, right? So we have to leave the collective consciousness alone. The minute that you feel yourself tuning into the collective, you have to tune out of the collective so you're not taking that energy in and playing in it, okay? Because there's going to be a lot of cognitive dissonance coming up where people don't want to know what they know because the illusion is breaking down as the third dimension deconstructs, and there is no other way but to know the truth. All right. And of course, that's one way of exiting the 3D matrix. The other way of exiting the 3D matrix is going to be through physical death. And that means that many people are going to be departing the earth. So just let yourself be aware of all of this and just rest. Allow yourself to rest. When you're feeling sad or you're feeling grief, Do things that are going to amplify your field, like painting, coloring, doing music, singing, anything creative, journaling, scrapbooking, making music, whatever, anything that's going to make you feel happy, that's going to bring you back into that 5D state of being. Okay, that's really, really important right now. The other thing I want to talk about is the fact that we're seeing, I'm not seeing it, I'm hearing about it from others, this whole separation narrative popping up again with, I think it's white privilege and all of that sort of stuff. Just remember something, that separation is separation, right? We came in to play the game of separation so that we could work our way back to knowing ourselves as source consciousness. Now, we see separation in many areas of life, in all areas of life, right? Separation through religion. Your religion is better than mine. My religion is better than yours, right? Separation. I mean, listen, it's even in sports, right? Who likes which baseball team? Who likes which basketball team, football team, right? My team is better than your team, right? We separate, then we fight with each other about what team is a better team. We can see it in the spiritual community, how we identify ourselves. I'm a Reiki master. I'm a light worker. I'm a star seed. I'm a Lyran. I'm a galactic. I'm whatever. Okay. It's still, we're defining ourselves by that, and it's still more separation. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong to define ourselves at all. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I want you to be conscious of the fact that that is separation, right? It's like the chakras. Chakras are another way to separate ourselves from ourselves, because chakras are something that we've worked with. Oh, you have this issue, work in the root chakra, but how many people know that the root chakra and the heart chakra are actually really, really excellent friends? They get along really well together. So if you're working in the root chakra, you also have to work in the heart chakra. And how about the sacral chakra? If you're working the sacral chakra, then you have to work the throat chakra, because they're really good friends. And if you're working the solar plexus, you have to work the third eye, because they're really good friends. So, you want to work your whole body, right? If we have something that's out of balance, we want to look at the overall picture. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. Back in the day when I was doing Reiki and I was doing healings, I would look at the specifics and break down specifics, but we can't do that anymore because of the way the energies are working. This is, the way that the universe is deconstructing all of those old 3D matrix constructs that we played in, to now ask us to look from a different perspective, come from a different perspective, see where we're creating separation with not only each other, but within ourselves as well, so that we can heal this collective separation and come back into the oneness of being one within ourselves, knowing ourselves as source. Because when we are one with ourselves, we are one with everybody else. It ties into the law of one. And if you're not familiar with the law of one, you could look that up. Ra is in charge of the law of one. I think there's books on it. Amazon might have it, or you could probably Google it, right? But that's a very important law. It goes hand in hand with the law of attraction. Okay, what we are, what we resonate at, what we vibrate at is what we're going to attract to us. It's not what we believe we want, or we conceive that we want to receive. We're going to attract exactly what we vibrate at, right? So that's very, very important for us to keep that in the back of our mind. So as you go through your day-to-day experience, just play a little game and see where you're allowing yourself to hold separation. Okay, we do it unconsciously because it's how this earth experience was created from our birth. But now it's time to shift that as we're stepping into our 5D states of being, our 5D self. And so we want to be conscious that we're not playing into those games of separation. Okay, we're not holding ourselves accountable for the things that our ancestors did, because Those are generational imprints in our electromagnetic field that we have to clear now, that cannot come into 5D because it's literally a tether in the 3D matrix. So we have to let it all go. Okay. So that might be something that you want to play with, want to navigate. Very, very important for us to have this awareness that we want to release this and let this go. Ties into judgment, no judgment, divine neutrality, right? And divine neutrality is something else to work toward because it's a 5D state of being. So when we're in divine neutrality, we're not worried about what's going to happen tomorrow, right? Because we know tomorrow is based on what happens today. What we do today is what creates tomorrow. So when we're in divine neutrality, we're not thinking about tomorrow. We're not thinking about the past. We're totally present in our present state of being now. Okay. And the other part of divine neutrality is that when, somebody, let's say somebody does something, and in your past, you would have looked at that and gone, well, that wasn't really nice. We look at it and we're like, well, that's what they did. And, they're the one that has to deal with the consequence of it. It's not my job or business to judge them. So I'm just going to stay in divine neutrality, be neutral about it towards them, towards the situation, especially if it did not impact me, and just allow myself to be in flow of all things, right? So this is where we really have to start to accelerate our awareness, our consciousness of all things, and not get caught in these little conflicts, okay? Not get caught in the contrast. We need the contrast to always see where our 5D timeline is and point to that. But we don't want to get stuck in the contrast. We want to ascend into higher states of consciousness. Okay. So I hope this helped you. If you would like me to address something that you have a question about, please feel free to drop it in the comments below. Know that I greatly appreciate you tuning in. To those of you that are newly subscribed, thank you so very, very much. I really appreciate it. To those of you who have been with me from the beginning, your loyalty in continuing to watch my videos and take in this information so we can all ascend to 5D consciousness and know a better way of life is just a beautiful thing for me to experience, and I appreciate you so much. If you feel inclined to share this with somebody, I would love that. If you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification and maybe give me a like, that would be even better, because when you click like on the videos, it bumps me up in the algorithm so I could be seen by more people, because I know that everything with social media is driven by algorithms. So that's really important. So in closing, I hope you have a wonderful whatever you're doing, no matter where you are in the world, no matter what time it is, and know that I truly love and appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you again soon. Bye.